Caçador e a Rainha do Gelo é o meu filme desta semana. Uma proposta, uma grande produção dos estúdios Universal que recupera o êxito de 2012, O Caçador e a Branca de Neve. É um filme para os mais jovens, um conceito que vem na linha de uma tendência muito presente em Hollywood atualmente, em que se recuperam contos clássicos com nova roupagem e muitos efeitos especiais. Por esse ponto de vista, até resulta. Esta nova produção recupera também parte do elenco para contar uma história no mesmo registro e que se distancia temporalmente do primeiro filme. O realizador desse primeiro filme fez bem o seu trabalho, mas separou-se deste projeto, desta continuação, dando lugar ao seu especialista de efeitos especiais, o francês Cédric Nicolas Trojan, que se estreia a realizar e teve um orçamento de 120 milhões para este filme. Nada mal para quem está a começar.
If it's the Snow White tale you're looking for, discover the story that came before.
I was really excited just because I felt there was more to explore from the first film.
Freya and Ravenna are sisters.
You always let me win.
You are my weakness. Power for Ravenna is everything. For her, it's the air that she breathes.
Who is the fairest of them all?
You are my queen, but not for long. Your sister holds a baby who will grow to be more beautiful than you.
Ravenna has extraordinary powers. Freya has yet to discover her own. And tragedy happens.
It unleashes this amazing power in her. Freya becomes the Ice Queen, setting up her own kingdom, building an army of powerful huntsmen.
You will train. You will become my huntsman.
Ravenna unleashes destruction and devastation. She wants to conquer the world.
And Freya ultimately wants to save her kingdom.
But Ravenna wants to control everything.
There can only be one queen.
This is my kingdom. You see the sibling rivalry come back in full force.
Did you say something?
Little sister.
Freya stands up for herself and says no more.
I'm stronger than you. Shall we find out?
And the two of them, they go to war.
Prepare the huntsman for war.
Two of the most powerful beings in this universe are now head-to-head.
I'm headed straight for the castle. It's quite a ride.
Desta vez, a Kristen Stewart não integra o elenco, mas juntam-se outras duas lindas senhoras ao cartaz, a Jessica Chastain e a Emily Blunt, para a conversa. Isso mesmo, para fazer inveja. Para a conversa com estas duas lindas senhoras, juntei Emily Blunt e a Charlize Theron. As entrevistas decorreram em Hamburgo, onde também tive a oportunidade de conversar com o Chris Hemsworth. É ele o caçador.
If it's the Snow White tale you're looking for, discover the story that came before.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all?
O Caçador e a Branca de Neve, ou Maléfica, abriram essa caixinha de Pandora para revisitar as histórias, sem necessidade de replicar totalmente o que bem se conhece da nossa infância. Charlize Theron regressa à personagem de terrível rainha quando já se percebeu que no primeiro filme a margem para esse retorno não era muita, mas nada que a boa imaginação dos argumentistas não resolva. Não é uma continuação, talvez uma prequela, disse uma atriz que esta história funciona por si.
It feels like a standalone movie. I feel people sometimes get scared when they hear prequel or sequel, that somehow they need to do homework before they go and see the film, and I don't think that's necessary on this one. I think people who saw the first one and enjoyed that would kind of see connections, and obviously the Huntsman and Ravenna are reoccurring characters, but as far as following the story, it really is a standalone movie, and it explains a lot more the origins of a lot of the characters and the new characters.
I think it's a really positive message, and I think you've got in our central character here of the huntsman, you know, you have a man who would do anything for love and risk it all for love, and I think that's really powerful.
São duas grandes atrizes num excelente momento de carreira que têm conseguido diversificar. Ofertas de trabalho não faltam, mas o que será que procuram quando leem um novo guião? You try all kind of movies, all kind of genres in your careers. You have a special one.
I don't have one that I gravitate towards more than others. And I think that's the fun of it, is not to discover your whole bag of tricks, is to try and keep reinventing yourself in some way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a sucker for a good story. And I think ultimately that's the thing that drives me the most. And I definitely, you know, I get very excited and inspired to want to work with certain actors and directors. And I think that kind of drives me a lot too.
Are you ready, Huntsman?
Hey.
O Chris Hemsworth já tinha o fato feito à medida. Com o primeiro filme ficou logo ajustado, num género que ele gosta de fazer, apesar da exigência física deste tipo de personagens, com muita ação e coreografia.
Yeah, I do. I love the sort of the fantasy and adventure and the fun that we have in this film. You know, that I read books like this as a kid and you know, and love to sort of allow my imagination to take off.
It's different to return to a character or to develop a new one. It's different.
It's different, yeah. To the first film, it was, you know, we wanted to. There were things I wanted to do very differently with the character, and it being a sort of origin story, we had all the creative freedom to do that, you know, and really hone in on the love story, have a greater sense of humour to the character, and have a bit more light in amongst the darker tones.
Da recriação deste universo de fantasia exigiu o maior investimento, desde logo nos cenários e nas imagens digitais.
You know, when we're fighting the troll, obviously that's a green screen kind of post-production add-on. So your imagination has to create whatever that thing is.
Normally you are surprised in the final result.
Yeah, I always would see the movie and go, oh, I had no idea that's what I was fighting, or that's what it was going to look like. Yeah, but we also had a lot of practical sets on this, you know, big beautiful castles that they built, and where we shot in the forest a lot of the time. And so there wasn't as heavy green screen for us as actors. I think due to the technology, it's better and better.
You work a lot now. You have time to surf and to return to Australia.
I've had a few months off. It's been nice.
Oh, really?
So I've been back home surfing a lot. And, yeah, there's Marvel have a whole sort of plan of what they can do. I do Thor in a couple of months.
Yeah.
And then I think they're doing Ant-Man at the moment, and then we do Avengers next year.
So, have you got a plan?
Aye.
Is that any good?
No.
This is the worst plan ever.
O Jake Gyllenhaal é um dos atores com uma das mais versáteis carreiras de Hollywood e acho que poucos nomes da sua geração experimentaram tanto género, sempre com grande crédito de simpatia junto do público e também da crítica. O seu novo filme é Demolição, uma comédia dramática sobre o sentido da vida a partir de uma terrível perda que faz com que essa mesma vida fique vazia, relativizando o que até então era muito importante. E tudo começa por uma carta de reclamação, uma reclamação vulgar depois de um episódio dramático. Ora veja.
Dear Champion Vending Company, this letter is in regards to a poor vending experience at St. Andre's. I put 5 quarters in your machine and proceeded to push B2, which should have given me peanut M&Ms. I found this upsetting as I was very hungry, and also my wife had died 10 minutes earlier. Demolition is the story of Davis Mitchell, who, in a very abrupt situation, loses his wife. Maybe I should start from the beginning. As he's going through the beginning stages of sort of grieving, he decides he's going to write a letter to the vending machine company.
This device of writing through a vending machine is a traditional, romantic way of expressing and communicating.
To repair the human heart, you have to take everything apart.
Figure out what's important.
It's going inside the character's head, what he thinks and feels, and ideas and fantasies.
Little does he know that there's actually somebody reading them on the other side.
This is Karen Marino from Champion Vending Company. Do you have anyone to talk to?
This strange letter writing that he does ends up comforting somebody else. And really, I think his relationship with Karen and her son, there's something that allows him to sort of move to a place of real honesty.
I'll hold it. Just like that.
And that's where we get to care about this guy.
Where are you buying all this?
We're taking apart my marriage.
A bulldozer.
You can buy almost anything on eBay.
I remember getting a phone call from my agent saying, Jean-Marc Vallée is making his next movie, and they're gonna offer you the role. And I was like, Jean-Marc Vallée wants me to be in his movie? I thought he had good taste. I remember I read the script, and you were editing Wild.
I remember thinking, well, I find something as powerful as, this. And then, whoops, comes Demolition.
What I loved about it is every time you felt like, oh, I know it just took you somewhere else.
That's Davis Mitchell. I related to that. I related to him and to this journey. Since you're not the director, you have to let go as an actor. And you have such a good understanding of filmmaking, of the whole thing, and you challenge the other actors around you too.
Where exactly are you feeling numb?
Sort of in this whole area.
I was challenged by some of your decisions as we were shooting, and I love that because I'm in the cutting room and I can play and we can shape it and do the final touch on the writing and on the arc of the characters.
The beauty of the film that you made is that loss and grief is not like it is in the movies, in this movie.
Let me go crazy, crazy on
Do you think it's too late to put it all back together?
Já sabe que mais cinema e todo o cartaz passado em revista este fim de semana no Janela Indiscreta. Tome nota, RTP3, RTP1, domingo, pela noite dentro. Até lá, vá ao cinema, faça por isso e tenha um bom fim de semana.